What?
Come on, Scarlet Witch. Yes.
Oh, shizzle.
No. Oh, come on, Marvel. Yes.
It's about time. So this is how somebody with superpowers handles grief.
Questions ain't been answered. Come on, man.
Nah, come on.
Bring out the questions. She's been manipulated, abused as a child. That is trauma layered upon trauma upon trauma. If you experience trauma, you go into fight or flight mode. She is in complete fight mode at the moment.
What is reality?
Is reality socially constructed?
Always wanted to see X-Men with Avengers to see how, you know, this...
It's a crossover we've all been waiting for. Come on.
So, do it. Hello everybody and welcome back to our channel. It's your boy, Chosen Wisdom.
And it's your girl, Divergent Curl.
Yes, sir. And today we are going to watch, react, discuss, and break down WandaVision episode 5, baby.
Yep. It's called On a Very Special Episode ... So what's the ... about?
Who knows, but we are excited about this one. We can't wait.
Nope.
Before we start, let's quickly recap episode 4 because that episode was absolutely insane. That episode explained a lot of things, not everything.
Yeah.
We finally got to see how people came back from Thanos' snap. And I think it was important for us to see that because we didn't really see that in the films. So Geraldine, in that scene where her body was essentially regenerating itself, I think that scene, that shot was such a beautiful shot.
Yeah.
Like it was one of my favorite shots in that episode for sure.
And if you notice, there was no sound as she regenerated initially. It was just silent.
Yeah,
so that you focused your sense on the visual.
Yeah, the visuals. And we also know that Geraldine's mum had died in that 5 years, which was quite, tragic. Geraldine herself has to face her own traumas. The reason why Wanda brought her into her world. Yeah. Perhaps they were sharing similar types of trauma that bonded them in a way. We also got introduced to Wu and Darcy.
Yes.
That was quite cool, and their interaction was quite good for us to see because they're more human.
They are. Yeah.
They are human
compared to the other two.
Compared to the other two, we can relate to them because their conversations that they have are the type of conversation that we would have. So those two characters coming in, almost grounding us.
Yes, and lightening the mood.
Yeah.
For such difficult subject matter going on around. Obviously, Wanda and Monica, Geraldine's character.
Yeah. It was also good to see their chemistry on screen.
Yeah.
We also know how Geraldine got to be in Wanda's Truman Show world in the first place. She didn't really want to step in. She was almost flirting with but she didn't really want to take that step. So Wanda pulled her in.
Yeah.
She said, come on in.
Yeah, especially with the contrast of what Jimmy says when he says it won't let me in. I can sense it doesn't want me to go in.
We know how the helicopter got in as well, so that was explained. We also got introduced to S.W.O.R.D, the space equivalent to S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
I think that's how we described that in the previous video that we did. And I'm pretty sure they're going to have a lot to say in the rest of this series. So. Also, in that episode, we saw Vision, and we saw Vision in his real state with that hole in his head, and that was pretty shocking, pretty traumatic for a lot of people to see. And for me, I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, she's literally creating everything, isn't she?
Yeah, maintaining some kind of false or facade. And I think a lot of you were sharing as we were kind of conversing this week, conversing with us, that you also think this is connected to trauma and PTSD and resolving trauma. And we're going to see kind of where this is going to lead. Is she going to heal her trauma, or does she need more time? Is more damage going to be done before she can heal?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people in the comments section were saying that it's going to get worse.
Yeah.
She's not ready to face reality.
No.
It's also official, well, at least from Geraldine's point of view, that it's all Wanda.
Yes.
And that's something that we've theorized and something that we discussed and spoken about in our previous 4 reaction videos, that we think it's Wanda somehow. And I know a lot of you guys have been commenting below and providing us with a lot of information. So I want to thank you guys for that. That's what we want, and that's what we want to do. We want to build a space where people can discuss and talk respectfully, have different opinions about stuff. You know, we might do a watch along to a movie or a series, or maybe discuss music, maybe discuss politics. There's a lot of things that we can do in this channel and we want to do, but we want to create an environment where people can come here and say what they want. Your opinion that you have is different to the majority. We want to hear it because it is about diverse opinions and divergent wisdom here as much as possible. I didn't mean it. I promise.
It's just this past week especially has been so great to engage with all of you guys and talk through some of what's going on, and also share some of our personal stories about how the show's impacted us, because we've had similar life experiences. So yeah, I just wanted to really shout out a couple people who have been sharing some really good background knowledge on the other kind of multiverses that exist around this particular universe that we're in.
Don't know.
So yeah, shout out Tyrone, shout out John F, and shout out Tricky D for sharing some of those theories and protecting us from spoilers, because you guys are the real MVPs. People that give knowledge without spoilers, we love that. It's really great, especially for other kind of people.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I mean, I've been reading a lot of the comments and you guys are dropping that knowledge.
Yes.
That serious knowledge. So, yeah, thank you, guys. Keep them coming,
Yeah.
you know.
And I also got to shout out Sajay for also noticing the missing persons angle, which I think a lot of you did as well.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. So, yeah, man, keep giving us the info, man. Thank you guys for subscribing as well, because there's a lot more we have in store. There's a lot more we can do. If you guys want to grow with us, because we are a small channel, as you can see. If you guys want to grow with us, that'll be, you know, greatly appreciated, guys. So don't forget to subscribe so we can continue interacting with you as well. So that's what we're here for, you know, that interaction, that discussion.
Also, guys, hit the notification when you subscribe so that you know when we drop new content. We are dropping content weekly and we're hoping to... Let's do this.
Let's do this, baby. Who are you, Randy?
Maybe.
Randy on top rope.
Oh,
Man, I'm waiting for the Phoenix to come.
voices in my head.
They counsel me, they understand, they talk to me.
Oh my Lord. What do you think is going to happen? Do some sort of prediction. Any prediction for the people?
The ante's going to be upped. I think we're going to get to see some chaos magic. Maybe I'm just hoping we're going to get to see some chaos magic in this episode. But
we're midway, so I'm expecting things to start heating up now.
Yep.
Last episode, a lot was revealed, but I think this episode, there's going to be a bit more action.
yeah.
I mean, there hasn't really been any action.
But somehow it's felt like intense
they've
without
done well,
action.
they've done
That's
well.
really
Well
clever,
done.
actually.
I like to see violence. I'm a man. I'm kidding.
Hey, man, everyone likes a bit of violence. Randy, Fiend, come on.
Oh,
When's it going to
man.
happen?
Previously on WandaVision.
Tyler, where's my mom?
Maria died 3 years ago. 2 years after you disappeared.
Captain Monica Rambeau.
Director Tyler Hayward.
Program hasn't been the same since you've been up there, Rambeau. The FBI is in a tizzy over in Jersey.
This isn't a missing persons case, Captain Rambeau. It's a missing town.
Who is that missing person?
Voila, sound and picture.
To leave.
Ooh. Breaking the fourth wall.
Wanda.
Hey guys, let's go. Is she going to maintain her control? Are things starting to slip? The bit where the guy was choking. Well, he choked because he saw Vision in his real form.
Yes.
She's been showing chinks in her armor almost throughout.
Let's see what happened.
Wow.
Oh.
I promise you will be my favorite.
The babies have grown.
We love them both equally.
The baby's got red on his hands from touching him.
Keep it down, Russell's about to get my leg over. Think he's all round, I think.
Vision looks weird, like wearing that jeans and...
Can't she just mute them?
Yeah, I think can't she use her powers a little bit? Is that child abuse?
Oh.
Go to sleep.
Oh my gosh, he's silly. How are you gonna rub it off on you?
Oh.
More time to get to know one another.
Hiya, kid.
Oh, look at his flipping hair.
Yeah, Paul.
Way to Jazzercise.
David Beckham. in the 90s or something.
Yes. Backstreet Boys. Said.
Back, yeah.
People better not.
Wow, one of those paranoid dads, yeah? There's no COVID, man. It's all right.
Do you want me to take that again?
What?
Should we just take it from the top?
What?
Vision, let's let Agnes give it a try.
Okay, guys.
She's acting, asking to be directed.
What was what?
She said the way she looked at you.
Calming effect.
She might be one of my favorite characters in this series so far.
Did you really not see what I saw?
Agnes is just being neighborly, that's all.
You hear that?
They're quiet.
Absolutely nothing. They're empty.
Then where are the twins? Mommy? Daddy?
What? What?
Kids. Can't control them. No matter how hard you try.
Okay.
I'm like Scooby-Doo, like, woo!
Oh, that's scary.
They're cute little kids.
What would you do if
Yeah.
that happened to you? Flipping heck.
Wow.
They're a perfect little family, right?
Yeah, baby Vision.
Yeah.
Oh, baby fish.
Oh man, look at this cheesy.
Yeah. Tommy.
I think she was tired of this stage, this baby stage, and she was fast forward time. And grow up now.
That looks like the Back to the Future town.
No, yeah, a little bit, yeah. The music, man, the singing.
And the lyrics were giving away some clues, I think, some Easter eggs.
Pain. There was this feeling keeping me down. This hopeless feeling.
Oh no.
Hopeless grief.
See, that's what was holding her there.
I'm
Hey.
glad to have you back, Captain.
What's the latest?
There's a briefing in 10.
Who are
and
you?
our inc- Monica, I know. Big fan.
We're gonna need to take these again.
Yeah, because she's been watching her on TV.
Oh yeah. Big fan.
Labs.
Warning.
She don't have business.
She's badass, man. That's what I like.
And the twins were subsequently radicalized.
Oversimplification of events, but yes.
Yeah, very.
Does Maximoff have an alias? No funny nickname?
Not a one.
He had her using her powers against the Avengers. Is that correct?
Right before she earned their trust and became one herself.
Exactly.
And Germany. We all know how that turned out.
That was an accident. You see how quickly someone can become the enemy?
Yes.
People.
Too quickly.
Terrorists.
Wanda's not a terrorist.
No.
Terrifying. A violation.
Wow, that's how it feels to be there. This is wrong. You're traumatizing, re-traumatizing this woman.
Survived because she chose to protect. Listen, I don't believe this is a premeditated act of aggression.
No.
She's been there. She knows what it is.
It's trauma, it's grief, loss.
Top secret location of the Vision's corpse.
Oh, wow. No, Vision.
When was this?
9 days ago. Stole the Vision's body and resurrected him.
Violation of the Sokovia Accords.
And the Vision's own living will.
Want to be anybody's weapon.
Maximoff, in her grief, disregarded his wishes.
He had a living will.
That's it for now.
Wow, that says a lot.
You
So
can't just say 15 things in 30 seconds and blow our minds.
What happens when he learns the truth?
I knew there was something sinister. I told you already there was something sinister about Wanda. If she's self-aware of what she's doing, then that's not good. She's choosing to do some certain things that are just not good.
Jeez Louise, did you have to learn to walk? You two never stay put.
Oh.
Can we keep him, Mommy?
But then again, she's not hurting anybody.
Well, we don't know about the beekeeper guy.
Well, she is, because Geraldine said she was in excruciating pain or something,
Yeah.
didn't she?
Taking care of a living thing is
I don't know,
a
I'm
big
trying to-
responsibility.
Who's this?
Why so formal, honey?
Hi, kiddos!
Exactly the item we require.
She looks after them, doesn't she?
Yeah.
It's all starting to make sense,
Maybe she is the witch that's helping Wanda.
like some of you guys have
Yes.
said in the comment
Yeah,
section.
thank you for that, guys. That would make sense.
That's what we agreed upon.
I'm tired of hiding this. Maybe you don't have to either.
Oh.
Wanda, we are usually so much of the same mind. What aren't you telling me?
Your father and I, 10 years old.
So they're going to become 10.
Watch this. I bet. I knew it.
Oh my gosh. Agnes is hilarious. She's jokes. This guy's so happy to be bringing coffee.
How are we not discussing the fact that she's now walking around now? She said Wanda protected her, right?
Mm-hmm. But equally, she could have absorbed something. Maybe she's got powers now.
10.
Holy Christmas at this rate.
Holy Christmas. I wish I saw Jimmy in the 50s sitcom.
What's a hex?
The Hex. Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Witches put hexes on people.
Wanda's twins are hers. Everything in there is real.
Wanda manipulates people's perceptions,
Wielding an insane amount of power.
far exceeding anything she's displayed in the past.
Yes.
She could have taken out Thanos on her own if he hadn't initiated a blitz.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. She hit a touchy subject there.
Wardrobe?
I did talk about Wanda's power and how strong she was. You know? That untapped power.
Before.
That.
How does it still exist outside of the bubble? Yeah. Ha. Impenetrable.
All right.
Are 87% Kevlar.
It's not an illusion. Wanda is rewriting reality.
Yes.
We send something in that requires no change.
Oh.
Something that is already from the 80s. Oh.
Oh, look at that.
Hey, the guy.
Look at the hairstyle as well. Yeah, man.
Looking sharp.
That quiff.
It's like you speak their language.
He speaks the language of computers.
Cowabunga, dude.
Cowabunga! Yeah! I mentioned the turtles. When the
S.W.O.R.D.
high levels of radiation.
Authenticate. Dr. Regarding Maximoff. Levels of radiation present at perimeter. Please advise.
Vision is working things out slowly.
It's a joke. Can you tell? None of it is real.
Oh, shizzle.
Please help me.
He's been locked down in the pandemic.
That's all of us in lockdown.
You have to stop her. Stop who? She's in my head.
Wanda.
It hurts. It hurts so much. Does it make her stop? Tell me this.
Oh my god.
Where would I put
Her
this?
pain is so painful. Hurt people. Hurt people. She is hurting so many people.
Good.
And Vision's all about the greater good and not hurting people. He didn't want to be brought back.
Vision's not going to like that.
Saturday. No, it's not. It's Monday. This morning was Saturday. He needed a distraction.
The kids know.
What? From us?
Oh no.
No. Sometimes.
She's wanted to act this scene out in her
Your dad
life,
and
didn't
I
she?
aren't on
So
the
she's
same
creating it.
page. Because family is forever. Do you have a brother, Mom? I do. He's far away from here. Sad sometimes.
Where's the dog?
Sparky, what's up, boy?
Someone's going to be at the door.
Something's scaring him. Stay here.
There's a noise coming from outside.
Sparky!
So let me everything.
There's a
I know
drone.
this is tech from the 80s, but can we sharpen the visuals?
See, I said they're going to send something in from the 80s.
Well done. Well done.
Out of the shot.
Just like all the jump cuts.
Yeah.
Decides what makes it on her show and what doesn't.
Yes.
Her show.
I just want to talk. That's it.
Ooh.
Wait.
She's getting her name today.
Reconnect patch.
Scarlet Witch.
Shot.
What?
The
What?
drone isn't up.
They're using her. You armed the drone. Are you crazy?
There's always that guy, innit?
There's always some guy behind the scenes who's so out of touch with reality. Like, isn't that the contrast? Wanda's so out of touch, and this guy is equally as out of touch, but on the other end.
Always that guy.
Always that guy. This is so... Talk about escalation. Talk about...
I don't know, what is escalation? Because she has hijacked 1,000 people, apparently. So it's like...
Here we go. Here we go. Come on, Scarlet Witch. Show yourself. Yes. Yes. Don't mess with her.
This is...
Is this yours?
Don't even think about it.
This will be your only warning. Stay out of my home.
She's her accent's back.
Entire town hostage.
But you are the one in control.
You have to connect.
Wanda, you trusted me to.
We were right.
I want to help you.
She does.
What could you possibly have to offer me?
She's lost things too. People.
I have what I want,
Yes.
and no one will ever take it from me again.
She is incredible. Look at it.
Wow.
Now she's gonna get her name. Scarlet. Everything Scarlet. The juice.
Husbands can use it too, you know. But when you make a mess,
Oh, man.
When you make a mess, you know, you can just wipe it up, apparently. In Wanda's mind.
What's the trouble, little dudes?
So every person in there on some level also knows that she's holding them there.
I didn't want to come until I
What happened?
found him in my.
Is she just gonna reanimate him?
I'm so sorry.
Don't what? Don't age yourself up. The urge to run from this feeling is powerful.
You can fix anything, Mom. Fix the dead.
No. We can't rush aging just because it's convenient. We can't reverse death, no matter how sad it makes us.
Which is exactly what you're doing, right?
This is a part of trauma healing. She's having to externalize that and say it's wrong.
Oh, boys.
It's time for them to talk.
Time to have this conversation.
How often you get a dog and bury them the same day? I spoke with Norm. Spoke to him free of your oversight. He was in pain, Wanda.
Exposed just like that.
Turn him to the night, see if you can change everything over again. No, Wanda, you can't control me the way you do them.
Can't I?
What is the Maximoff anomaly? This, whatever this is, was subconscious at first. And you only recently became aware of it.
What did I say? It's important.
Family, stop lying to me!
This is for us. So
What is outside of Westview?
you don't want to know, I promise you.
You don't get to make that choice for me, Wanda!
Oh man.
You've never talked to me like this before.
I can't remember my life before Westview. I don't know who I am. I'm scared.
You are my husband.
No.
Wanda, why are there no other children in Westview? Why? Tell me why.
Really think that I am controlling everything?
You are. That's why you're saying what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't know how any of this started.
What we're doing here, it's wrong. It is wrong.
Has she let her guard down?
She
I
must
didn't
have.
do that.
She's always interrupted, isn't she? Always finding some sort of interruption.
He's logic based. Who is it going to be at the door?
Her friend.
Are they even going to show us? Or are they going to make us wait?
Why? You're messing with our
Come on,
heads.
Darcy. Zoom into her eye and show the reflection or something. No. Quicksilver.
Her brother. Yeah. Oh.
How?
Long lost bro get to squeeze his stinking sister to death or what?
she recast Pietro?
She recast him. She did.
Oh my lord. That's crazy.
The X-Men combines.
So that is Quicksilver, obviously,
Yes.
but in a totally different universe. So they've done it in a very smart way, because they've described it as a recasting, because she's recasted him.
And he always recast himself in American
Horror Story
as well.
It's true. He's always reinventing himself. Wow.
Oh my god, that episode was incredible. They just blew everything up. They blew it all up. They were like, here.
Flipping heck. Yeah, let's just say what it is now. Get it out in the open. Have the conversation. What's going on, you know? Let's see if we can somehow decipher
this.
You know, what's going on.
I need
in that episode.
I need Vision's computing brain to like.
We need Vision's
figure
logic
it out
right now, you know, to try to figure out what the heck
what's gonna happen
is going on. Yeah. Yeah, guys. There you have it.
Quicksilver, the X-Men crossover we've all been waiting for. Come on, Marvel. Yes.
It's about time. So what does that mean? What does that mean, guys? What does that mean? We've literally just watched this.
Yeah.
And going to talk about what we've seen. So there's going to be things we've missed. And
Definitely.
if there are things that we have missed, please, you know, let us know. And I think the children are about, I don't know, 3-4 month old now. So the babies have grown a little bit from when we last saw them. And Wanda is having trouble, you know, getting them to sleep, essentially.
Like any new mother.
Exactly. So we start off the episode like that. And funny enough, like always, who is there to interrupt? Who is there to help her out?
Yeah. Agnes.
Yes. Agnes seems to pop up a lot now.
Yes.
And we've had our theories of who she is and who she might be. But essentially, she seems to always be there to help out.
Yes.
So she's a very convenient character. I mean, I've already said that she's one of my favourite characters in the show.
I think I know some people have speculated that Scarlet Witch has fragmented even her own mind to some extent. And there's a possibility that even Agnes could be a fragmented part of Wanda's mind.
Yeah, even Vision was asking certain questions about her and prodding, and he was curious because he was thinking, what the heck? She's conveniently here with the doghouse and
there to babysit before they've even told her that they've got babies.
So that was quite interesting. The kids grew, I think, 10 years. So it seems to us that the kids have powers, you know. That's quite intriguing. And I'm thinking to myself, the part where she tried to get them to sleep and she was using her powers and it wasn't working, that made me think kids just repelling her power and
combating
yeah,
against
exactly
her.
So
because it kind of reflects parenting. A lot of new parents and parents in general be like, I try one thing and then the kid does something to counter what I've just tried and I'm trying to get the baby to sleep, and we saw that kind of just literally play out in a magical way.
Exactly. And we've all been there when we've been told you can only get this when you're, I don't know, 15 or whatever, and you know, they just have the luxury to just be like, okay, well,
now I'm ready.
I'm ready. I'm 15 now, baby. So yeah, that was quite cool. That was quite cool to see. We also know that Geraldine is fine, people. It's okay.
Yes.
No broken bones. Wanda protected her when she threw her out, which is quite good of her. Thank you, Wanda.
Yeah.
So Geraldine's fine. And she also realized that Wanda is not just changing what you can see. She's actually changing reality.
Yeah.
So in the Hex, as we're now calling it, which is quite ironic since she is Scarlet Witch.
Yes.
So in this Hex, she is changing what is real. And, you know, I mean, Geraldine's clothes that she's wearing, it's still bulletproof. So they knew that whatever went in changes, which is quite cool.
Yeah, so what she went in wearing adapted itself to what Wanda merged it with. So she had bulletproof flares. Just like the Bee Gees wanted. They always wanted it.
Oh, man.
I also thought it was really interesting that in the conversations that Monica's having at S.W.O.R.D, she's talking about the fact that there's pain in there. It was kind of excruciating. The grief, the pain that Wanda is experiencing. Everybody seems in Westview to be experiencing that when you're in there to some degree or another.
So, I mean, if you're going to deep it, what does that mean? Does it mean that she's ensuring that everyone experiences her pain? Is that her torturing people? If I have to experience it, so do you.
Or is it more like hurt people?
Hurt people?
They hurt people. They don't mean to, but you're hurt and the fallout from your pain kind of spills out around onto others.
Yeah.
And in this case, normally it's just the people around you, your close people, but this has affected so many people, like thousands of people.
Yeah. I was going to say it also leads into the point that I made, whether this is all premeditated or whether it's just purely reactionary. Because I did say that if she's conscious of what she's doing, and this is all planned and premeditated, then it makes her a lot more cynical. You know,
Absolutely.
it makes you have a bit less sympathy for her than you would have had before if this was totally reactionary. But I think the shot where it was shown how she took Vision's body 9 days ago, it told me that she planned this. No matter what happened, she was going to create this world. That is how I interpreted it. Maybe you guys might interpret it different. She's a bit more cynical than she's letting on. It's that conversation that she had with Vision. You know, Vision said, "You can't control me like you can the others." And she responded by saying, I think, "Can't I?" Or "Yes, I can," or something along those lines. And when I saw that, I was like, okay, Wanda, okay. You know, that is, you're up in the levels now. You're showing your true colours almost.
Yeah.
That scene was quite interesting. But
I slightly diverged from you that I think her whole thing was reactionary. It's a trauma reaction. You have a reaction to the trauma you've experienced and you dissociate, separate yourself from reality, which happens to a lot of people. Happens in general. You just daydream slightly in the day, but hers is very extreme. She's dissociated herself, and in that dissociated state, she went and took his body and created the world.
But at what point does it continue to be reactionary?
That's it.
You know, you can sympathise with her, and we all can, you know. But at what point do you stop?
Yes.
Well, maybe you should never stop sympathising, because you should always try to understand people. But at what point does it cross over to, okay, these 1,000 people have had enough now.
They're in pain.
They're in pain. You know, like
your pain is causing them pain.
Yeah. Come on, Wanda. Enough is enough.
But you got to take it all the way back. As they did in that quick 2-minute scene in S.W.O.R.D. where the guy was explaining their backstory. She's been manipulated, abused as a child, tested on, experimented on, transformed into something else, parents murdered, brother gone, love of her life dead. That is trauma layered upon trauma upon trauma. To heal the core of her, that is going to take some kind of deep work and support. It's interesting to see her talking with her sons around that scene with the puppy.
Yeah.
Because she was vicariously
reflecting, wasn't she?
Out loud, yeah, exactly. Saying to them, we shouldn't manipulate reality. We shouldn't change things. We shouldn't bring things back to life just because we missed them. And we shouldn't age up and run from this pain. You have to sit with it. She's talking to herself in a way. She is.
And do you know what's also scary? Like, this is how somebody with superpowers handles grief. Imagine we all had superpowers like that.
Ooh.
Flipping heck.
Kind of like
Homelander. Oh, Homelander.
Oh my God. That guy is crazy.
Lord, that guy. We digress. And to see the end bit, who turns up?
Quicksilver, my guy, American Horror Story legend.
I was confused. I was thinking, what the heck? Do you know what? It was interesting that Wanda said to Vision, this time it's not me.
Yeah.
This time it's not me who's interrupting this important conversation.
Yes.
How?
I know.
And is she lying?
Yes.
Or if she's not lying, how? Darcy at the end said she's recast him. Her brother, which is pretty cool. But it's interesting that they recasted him with the guy who plays Quicksilver in the current X-Men. So is there going to be a crossover? And
come on, guys.
If there is, how can they do it? Are they going to do something like they've come from a different universe?
Ooh.
Are they going to do some multiverse thing?
Which is the next movie that this leads up to, the multiverse of madness.
Because that's how it could make sense. It could make sense that he's still her brother, but he's her brother in a different universe, right?
Yes.
Where X-Men exist, and you know,
yes.
And in this universe, Avengers exist. So are we now going to combine? Is this a perfect way to combine universes?
I was also wondering if the missing person is this guy that's been recast as her brother, because somebody would have reported. Surely.
It could be. He could be the missing person.
In this universe, but he's still Quicksilver in another universe. We know that many different versions. We have doppelgangers in different universes, and it could be way out there, or no, actually, it could just be, like you said, the two universes are going to combine, which I think is more likely.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just guessing.
I'm hoping so.
It would be fun.
It's about time.
It would be fun. Let's be honest. Before I was an Avengers fan, before I was a fan of Captain America and Iron Man and all these people, I was an X-Men fan.
Yes,
like X-Men was one of the first things that introduced me to Marvel.
Yes,
and I've always wanted to see X-Men with Avengers, to see how the explosion of characters and the interaction, and it will be just insane.
It's a crossover we've all been waiting for. Come on.
So do it. Just do it.
And bring Gambit into it, please. Come
Yeah,
on.
we've had
all
enough.
need to see Gambit and Rogue, that story told.
I've had enough of not seeing Gambit.
I know.
I'm tired of not seeing Gambit in any X-Men.
But he has been in.
He has been. But
He needs his own story. He needs to be brought in properly. Come on.
I know we're digressing here, but we just have to make this point. Like, I'm tired of it. You know, one thing I thought to myself is, what is reality, really? That is a big question, though, guys, right? What is reality? Because, you know, some people can accept reality that's presented in front of them and not question things. And then some people could just think outside the box. What is reality?
Is reality socially constructed? There's a lot of argument that we socially construct together, collectively, realities. And that's why there's no one particular reality. We all have different lived experience.
Exactly.
And we still are thinking, like, what's going on? That whiteboard, those questions ain't been answered. Come on, man.
Nah, come on.
Bring out the questions, Jimmy. What's going on?
Jimmy Woo.
And you know what? Some of his behaviours and his mannerisms going into Wanda's vision, going into that 60s and 70s.
He's one of my favourite characters, along with Agnes. Do you know what scene was also good? I loved it. The scene where they were talking about her power. Because even I said, if you go check our earlier videos, I was talking about the fact that she is one of the only Avengers that really stood up to Thanos. And in a one-on-one battle, who knows?
Holding her own.
Who knows? She was holding her own.
Fully.
And they also mentioned the fact that she's one of the strongest Avengers.
Yes.
Yeah.
They've underestimated her power.
They have,
that guy.
yeah.
The guy, there's always a guy. I'm going to just call him the guy. There's always that guy that underestimates. And then why do you have to go and manipulate Monica and send in the drone and use her? She's already been hurt enough. People taking advantage of hurt people as well. We're
some
seeing
corporate
so much.
guy.
Yeah.
He's more corporate. He just wants to get the job done. He's just coming at it from a whole different perspective. And, you know, his perspective is also quite true. This woman has taken these people hostages. We have to take her out. So
he's calling her a terrorist.
I mean, it's
that argument.
It's the argument, but you have to be open-minded because what she's doing is not good.
And people are terrified. That
it is,
what
yeah. And she
Geraldine
has
said.
powers. You know how frightening it will be to have somebody with superpowers who's just taking out their trauma in the whole town.
Especially, we don't know what happened to the beekeeper yet. Actually, what if she's actually killed him or harmed him?
So the scene where Wanda finally emerged and she finally showed herself in her Scarlet Witch form. That scene was just great. I love that scene. It was quiet. It was dark. You see her dark red outfit. She was slow, methodical, the way she walked. And you can sense her gravitas, you know, you could feel it.
Yeah. What I find interesting as well is if you apply that to trauma, she stepped out of her bubble of safety, back into reality. Her guard was up physically and literally. And we saw her be very cold, calculated, and threatening. Which, if you experience trauma, you go into fight or flight mode. She is in complete fight mode at the moment.
Definitely
but she didn't actually... She could have killed that guy.
She could have.
She had all the guns on him. She told him it's a warning.
And we saw the hex turn red.
Yes. She's going to get her name.
So that's it. That's it, Scarlet Witch. That was quite pretty to see.
It was.
Pretty. What a word, right? Pretty. Vivid, visually amazing. It was just, you know, very cool to see the hex change colour. Basically, stay the F out or else. I don't know, man, guys. Next episode... This is hotting up.
Yeah, man.
I knew something was going to happen this episode and we weren't disappointed.
No. Wow. The crossover of all crossovers. This is... Tell me if I'm wrong. Am I wrong, people? Have we not been waiting for X-Men to come together with Avengers the way we were waiting for Spider-Man to enter this universe? We had to sort out all the legal trash. What if the crossover... I'm thinking of it the wrong way. What if Quicksilver was going to take Wanda out of this reality into the mutant universe? The whole accent mystery has been explained.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's just a cover inside Westview. Inside Westview, she's got an American accent to fit in, to blend in.
It's okay, guys. We can all rest now.
Yeah.
She still has her accent. The ninth wonder of the world has been answered.
In the last episode when we were reviewing, one of my things I clocked onto was Vision seems slightly separate from Wanda in the ending of episode 4. And this episode just confirmed he is separate. He's obviously been reanimated by her, but Vision himself, his logical thinking, that part of him still exists. So he's acting as a divergent opinion for her. He's reflecting back to her.
Oh, I see what you did there. I see what you did.
Okay, guys, now it's kind of over to you, and we have some questions for you guys, and we're really, really curious about what you think. So without further ado,
How do you guys think it would have played out if Wanda didn't back down?
In that scene with Vish at the end.
Would they have fought? What would have happened?
Has your perception changed of Wanda, especially now knowing that she's gone against Vision's wishes? He had a living will. He said he doesn't want to be used as a weapon. He didn't want to be reanimated. And even in that scene where Wanda did back down, he was telling her, this is not what I want. You're hurting me too.
Yeah.
So has your perception changed of her?
My perception of her changed throughout that episode.
Yeah.
You know, I kept having to evaluate her decisions and try to rationalize them in my head and connect with her.
What are your thoughts on the kids? What role are they playing for Wanda, or what purpose are they serving? Especially if you think about that scene with the puppy when the puppy's been found dead by Agnes, and that whole scene played out with Wanda externalizing that conversation with the kids. Bearing that in mind, what role do you think they're actually playing in that world for her? I just had a thought. When Wanda said, I didn't do this, earlier on in the day, she was talking to the twins about her own brother. I wonder if they have been able to... No, that would be drastic.
No, come on. And what do you guys think is going to happen next? We've read the comments on the last reaction that we did, and we've been warned by many of you guys that things are going to heat up. And this is just reaching the boil.
Bubbling like this.
Yeah, what song what's that? Yeah, so what's going to happen next? You know, this brother...
It's DT Melody Sharky P and does it make you
rock? Yeah.
Come on, man, I'm not... What am I...
We're loving it. We're loving it like that.
Bubbling, come on.
That's not the words though, man. Get out of it.
When he ad-libs on the set.
Oh, but we're probably going to cut that out. But yeah, good episode.
Yes,
we
guys.
We loved it. I hope you guys liked the discussion that we've just had and the little breakdown. Comment below, like we've said. Let us know your thoughts. Interact with us. If you guys can subscribe, then we can interact with you even more.
Yep.
Let's create this little community where we can talk about shows like this and, you know, relate them to life and have discussions and chill out and talk about movies and music, whatever. Talk about anything and discuss anything. So let's create a space where we can, you know, have diverse thoughts and diverse opinions and not feel ashamed to share them. So subscribe below, guys. Let's get this community running.
And don't forget to turn on notifications and it'll let you know every time we post something, because we are delivering weekly content. Yeah,
we are a new channel. So watch this space. There's more content to come. If you like the kind of discussions that we're having, come join in and build something that's fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for joining us. We really, really appreciate you guys. Press the like button and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this.